Well, hello, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail. You're very welcome to the programme. And where we are is we're at the Middle Church, as you can see from the sign here. And the reason why this is called the Middle Church, and it's at Ballinderry, which is just outside Lisburn, is because the new church is up that direction, and the old church, the medieval church, is down that direction. So this is the middle church in between the two. So this is the Lich Gate. Now, the Lich Gate was not originally here. It was actually up towards the end of where the trees are there, because the road used to run down there and not down this part here, but it was moved. They've done a bit of work at the road, and they rerouted the road. So that says, I am the resurrection and the life. Of course, Lich Gates were used for coffins. So say, for instance, there was a hard frost, then the ground would have been too hard to dig. And so what they done was they let the coffin stay here to keep it dry under the Lich Gate till the ground had softened somewhat. And then they were able to dig. Now, the Middle Church is also known as Jeremy Taylor's Church, because the church was built by Bishop Jeremy Taylor in 1668. Now, Taylor, who was the Bishop of Downconor and Dromore, also financed the construction of the church. So it replaced the old medieval church at Portmore, which is, some of the ruins of that church are still left down at the graveyard, and I hope to do a video there at some stage. So Bishop Taylor was a close friend of Charles I, and he was also the King's chaplain. And Taylor had been taken prisoner with other royalists in the siege of Cardigan Castle in Wales in 1645. So the road used to run across here and down along that hedge line there. And where it entered was actually down at the bottom of the car park, if you can see that gate there. So the road come up there and across here and then down by the hedgeway there. But they renovated the road. The Lich Gate was originally here, but when they renovated the road, then they moved the Lich Gate down there. And I got that information from a wee gentleman that I met here this evening when I was going to video. So during the restoration of King Charles II to the throne of England in 1660, Taylor was appointed to the see of Down, Conor and Dromore. And if you're wondering what this part here is, it looks maybe a wee bit like a crypt, but it's not. So I'm not going to tell you what it is. I know what it is. But see if you know what it is from just looking at it. And I will reveal it to you when we get round the other side. So that's a bit of a giveaway to what it is. And that's like an old lantern there. So it is. There's a deer on it. And you can see the bell here as well. They always remind me of the old westerns and the Mexican churches with the bells. So I'm going to try and give you a wee look in here through this keyhole, if possible. Nope, we've lost her somewhat. I think that's about the best I can get her. That gives you a wee flavour of what it's like inside, doesn't it? Does indeed. So Bishop Jeremy Taylor also commissioned the building of a new cathedral in Dromore in 1661. Of course, Dromore is where I live, and I have covered that on my channel on video. And Jeremy Taylor was born sometime before the 15th of August 1613, and he died on the 13th of August 1667, and he's buried in Dromore Cathedral. I've also covered his grave as well, so hopefully I'll be able to let you see in here a bit. You see a bit at least. Now, in 1825, the middle church itself was superseded by the construction of a new parish church, which I mentioned earlier. And the oldest headstone in the church here dates from the late 17th century, but unfortunately, I have not been able to locate it. But I have been able to locate some 18th century graves, and I also have been able to locate a Huguenot grave. And you can see there, that's actually a grave there. And the grass has grown over it, as you can see, so who knows how old that one is. But you can see it there. You think you're walking on grass here, but you're not. You're actually walking on a grave. And that one there looks a brave age too. But I can't make out the dates on it. Maybe you can, but I certainly can't. But I can make out the dates on some of these graves. So, for example, this one here. Here left the body of Samuel Johnson of Macragall. He departed this life the 20th of September 1782, aged 84 years. So you can see the 1782 plain there. And then his wife as well. She departed this life 25th of May 1786. She was 68 years of age. And this is 1718, I think this is. It's the body of, I think it's like William Johnson. He died in October 17, it's either 48 or else 18. I'm not too sure if you can see that. I think it's 1718. That's what it looks like to me. It's either, it could be a 4. It's either 1718 or 1748. Possibly 1748. But big connection here with this church and Jeremy Taylor, because it was Jeremy Taylor who had it built. Again, there's another tomb. That one's fallen, but the grass has started to grow over it. Now, you'll notice the windows here. And to be honest with you, this doesn't look like church windows. To me, that looks more like pub windows. I've never seen really windows like that at a church. So as I say, this church was built in 1668. And then it was consecrated as well. And it was financed as I say, by Jeremy Taylor. But I have to say, I've never really seen windows like that before, to be honest with you. So I'll try and give you a wee look in here as well if I can. I think that one there might be best. Possibly. See a wee bit. You can see a right wee bit there. A balcony in that church, as you can see. I have to watch I don't hit the stop button. Or the video will cut out on me, and I don't want that. So I'm going to show you the minister, the Huguenot minister. Now, if you remember what I said at the when I was round the other side there about what that wee building was, well, there's what it is there. It's actually steps, so it is. So I'll take a wee dander up there in a minute, but I want to show you this the grave of this Huguenot minister. He was actually the last minister of the Huguenot Church in Lisbon, which is fantastic. So great to have this, isn't it? So I'll try and zoom in a bit there on it for you. So let's see what it says. Erected to the memory of the late Reverend. I think it was Thomas Edward Higginson, AB, formerly curate of this parish and last government chaplain of the French Huguenots at Lisbon. And he died 22nd of June 1819, and he was 52. And then I think that's possibly his wife. That's his wife. I'll just zoom up to see if I can see that a bit better. And the children's mentioned there as well. But there you go, that's the, he was over this parish, but he was also the last government Huguenot minister at Lisbon. And of course, I've done a video on the Huguenot church at Lisbon. So all the windows are actually like that. Again, it's very strange, I have to say. I can't think of any other churches that I've covered. I could have, but I can't think of any other churches that I've covered whose windows have been like that. Certainly I would say it makes them a lot stronger. There's no doubt about that. So we're going to go for a wee dander up these steps, and then we'll wrap this wee video up. But this will let you see a wee bit of the countryside, and I'll let you see in through this window as well. Isn't that nice? You think you're in the time of John Wesley. Let's see what we can see here. Not that I'm a nosy person now, don't want you thinking that. That's underneath the balcony. See, it's still got the candles. Let's see what I've got here. Always good to see inside, even if you can't get in, you know. And we had a great day today in Island Street, Belfast City Mission. I was speaking there at a men's breakfast, and certainly we had a great time this morning of fellowship. Not only around the table for the food, but also around God's Word. It was brilliant. So there's a wee door there, so I'm going to knock it. Not that anybody will open. So there's a wee bit of the countryside. Isn't that nice? So this is the middle church. And down there, that direction, is the old medieval church, which is really just ruins now. And then up that direction, you can actually see the spire from here. The steeple, that's the new parish church. So there you go, folks. So that's really about it. So thanks for watching, and God bless.